What is up, ladies and gentlemen? YouTube, that's right. I'm Chris, and today we're going to be talking about Suits, Season 5, Episode 15. That is right. Only one more episode to fucking go of the season, and here it is right now. So let's talk about this thing right here, right now, okay? Right? So the basic thing that kind of happened in this episode is, Mike is trying to really wonder out how the jury is going to react to him, and are they going to find him guilty, are they not going to find him guilty? That's the basic thing. Now, this episode was a fantastic episode, and I thought this was, the thing Suits is just constantly keep on getting better. I think this really is the best season of Suits, or at least specifically the later half of the season. Now, some things that really did kind of work out very well to me was that this episode really showed that everybody was pretty much in doubt of Mike, right? Everybody was kind of scared. Everybody was trying to kind of cover their own ass without completely saying that they're trying to cover their own ass. The Lewis, he eventually kind of takes the deal with Gibbs, and granted, when he did kind of take the deal with Gibbs, I was just like, damn, Lewis, what the hell is wrong with you? But then, Lewis is always kind of like the guy that kind of doesn't really work very well under pressure, but at the end of the day, it's kind of fine a bit, because he doesn't actually, because he records Harvey, right? But he doesn't give the information to Gibbs. He kind of tells Gibbs to pretty much shove it. And I was just like, way to go, Lewis. You're finally starting to really feel like a part of the team. And then his secretary, or at least the secretary, pretty much told Gibbs to shove it. And, that was a fun and cool moment or whatever. Those tapes, those damn tapes. But yeah, a couple other things is just, Mike in general. I thought Gabriel Mocked and Patrick J. Adams, I think they did a fantastic job in this episode, because this is one scene, right, where Mike is kind of having this conversation with Gibbs. It's like right after the Diaz trial, when she runs out. She says that he's pretty much going to prison, and he's trying to feel confident by trying to make a deal or whatever. But when that happens, if you look very closely on his face, and you have it on your DVR, look, right, you can see his face almost kind of like widen up and kind of just getting shocked, like he finally realized that he may be officially fucked, right? There's no way out of this situation here. But you look at his facial, his emotion, and it just completely drops. A couple other things is the Donna and Harvey conversations when Harvey kind of goes to Donna's place. That was a very vulnerable thing, and we don't really get to see Harvey vulnerable that much. And it was good to see kind of like Gabriel Mock show a bit more emotional core, which he kind of showed before, but this one I really showed that he showcased that Harvey is not always kind of like the hard edge guy that we always kind of see, and we kind of know that already, but this one really showed him that he broke down, he cried, and he is just scared, like everybody pretty much, and he's trying to do whatever is necessary to save Mike. A couple of other things is the Diaz case. At first I thought the Diaz case was just going to kind of be there and not really do anything meaningful, but I did think it was nice that Mike kind of just, he took the Diaz case, the Diaz guy's case, right? Even in the middle of his own trial while he's about to be found guilty. So that was actually cool to see, because at the end of the day, Mike's not, he may or may not be a fraud, depending on what you want to say, but Mike is definitely not a bad guy. He's always trying to help somebody out. So I thought that was good. And granted, later on, the Diaz case actually proved to be a big plot point of the episode. A couple other things, just in general, was the fact that David kind of turns out Harvey's offer, to get a mistrial or whatever. And I can understand that because of the point that Harvey does kind of come off as a bully, right? But he's a bully in this episode. I feel like his bulliness was acceptable because he is just trying to do anything necessary in the legal bounds to pretty much, get Mike out. And also for the Donna thing, Donna tries to keep him on a narrow path, and I did enjoy that. I did think they were actually probably going to hook up, but they didn't. But yeah, at the end of the day, when Mike is kind of back to the prosecutor trial for the Diaz case, Mike kind of sees the Diaz guy kind of like right at his friends, and he kind of has this realization that, maybe he should take a deal himself. His people may or may not be found guilty. So he's running, they're playing music, and you start to get that emotional core, and then Harvey kind of finds out, and then he's running after Mike. He gets an elevator, and then that music is going, and it's a very emotional thing to the point where you almost kind of tear up. It reminded me of the mid-season finale, right, where Mike got arrested, and I was just like, damn. No, that's some real tough shit here. But this was a very good episode, and I really did enjoy it, for the most, for all the parts, really. But yeah, I really did enjoy it. Now, is Mike going to turn on his friends, or is he going to, take 2 years? He's taking 2 years. Mike's not an ass, and he's not that guy. He looked at these guy, right at his friends, and he was just like, I can't believe this dude. There's no way he's going to do it. But yes, that's my review. Comment, subscribe, and like. What did you think about this episode? Let me know. There it is.